All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Or yeah, we're in the afternoon time. So we're I guess a kind of ahead of schedule. So we're gonna bring you today's topic for 365 ideas, and that is three alternative ways foundational Black Americans can secure their just due. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. We're not gonna be long today. And before we get started, be sure there's a QR code right above top left. Be sure to take your phone and scan. All right. Take your phone and scan that QR code. It'll take you to our website. And feel free to check out everything on the website. Okay. All right. So, again, three alternative ways foundational Black Americans can secure their just due. All right. So let's take a look here, because we all know when it comes to reparations, there's a big struggle in trying to get that secured. We have different ways that we have come up with some strategies and some ideas on how we can do that. All right. So again, foundational Black Americans have consistently been the backbone of the United States, building the country through free labor. Keep that in mind, free labor, inventing, innovating, serving in every war, and pushing the culture forward. For those who say Black Americans don't have any culture, okay, we'll probably do another live on that sometime soon. Yet constantly being pushed to the back of the line when it comes to government-backed resources. And we all seen that because when Biden was in office, he allowed a lot of Latinos to come in, and then they try to switch the narrative towards the end and saying, "Oh no, we're fighting to get them back over the border." But the problem was already taken care of, and they let everybody over the border, and then problems started to arise when that happened. A lot of crime started happening, and even what was interesting is you even had some of these Venezuelans even attack police officers and really get a slap on the hand. And the history of when police officers get attacked, not too many people was going to be allowed to be back on walking the streets. But for some reason, when it came to the Venezuelans or any Latinos that came across the border doing any crimes, and especially attacking police officers in the United States, they got away with a lot. A slap on the hand for sure. All right. Meanwhile, other immigrant groups, some recent arrivals, often get fast tracked to funding right away, or they did business grants, housing assistance, and legal protections. So let's fix that with three strategic, tactical, and cultural moves to secure foundational Black Americans just due using smart action, group economics, and pressure tactics, not just hope, Barack Obama. Okay. So the first one is develop foundational Black American K through 12 and adult curriculums. All right. Teach young and old the real American history from an F.B.I. lens. Economic sabotage, stolen inventions, and warrior legacy. All right. Economic sabotage has been going on for years. All right. And it has even gone on in recent years. Okay. It's just that because you don't see it or you don't hear about it, it's happening, and it has happened. So again, one idea or strategy is to start teaching the young and the old, because some old folks don't know all the real American history from the lens of a foundational Black American, regarding economic sabotage, stolen inventions, and warrior legacy. Knowledge is power. All right. So the second one is create media hubs that tell the truth. Okay. We all have access to YouTube. We all have access to Facebook. We have access to Twitter, Twitch, fan base, Instagram, Kick, and there's a whole host of others. LinkedIn, TikTok. It's a whole host of these social platforms, and so use those social platforms. Use YouTube, blogs. You have Buy Me a Coffee. I forget the other one that has the heart, but you can create blogs. You can create you can have there's bio sites that you can create, and you can create posts on the bio site. All right, social platforms, and even local radio to expose policies, call out discrimination, and highlight foundational Black American wins. All right. Media narratives do influence policy, believe it or not. And it even influences getting the word out, because I've seen firsthand myself being on Twitter, and when the term was coined, foundational Black Americans, and the reason why it was coined, within a few years, just 2 or 3 years, then you even started hearing your mainstream news outlets mentioning foundational Black Americans. So using social platforms really does work. It really gets the word out, and really influences a lot of different things. And so it can definitely influence policies as well, believe it or not. So that's another strategy, is to use YouTube, blogs, social platforms, and sometimes local radio. But a lot of times people are not listening to that local radio too tough anymore. You might have a lot of older people that listen it. So the key is to be able to have yourself in as many places as possible, putting out, telling the truth about things, and calling out discrimination, highlighting when foundational Black Americans do something that's positive. Just like we have a foundational Black American woman who was on an airplane, and there was a white female that was kind of talking out her head, talking about she needed to jump out the plane. And so this woman happened to be, was retired from the military. So this Black woman went on and attacked this chick because she didn't know what this chick was going to do, and cause a whole bunch of injuries to everybody else. So you want to report things like that and highlight stuff like that. All right. You want to highlight when foundational Black Americans come up with inventions, when they open up a restaurant, because everybody's going to go to it. You know the history already. All right. So again, use these platforms to call out discrimination when it happens, highlight F.B.I. wins, and expose policies. All right. Because the media narratives do influence policy. And last but not least, you want to create an F.B.I. embassy type system. All right. That's another strategy to get just due. All right. So you want to build online and offline embassy centers, and in each state, if possible, for foundational Black Americans to access job leads, to for legal help, grants, and entrepreneurial support, not only based on need, but based on what is owed. All right. And with the recent mayor elected in New York, Mamdani, he made it very clear and very distinctive that, which was a lie as well, that New York was built by immigrants and it's going to be led by an immigrant. So he's already showing you, the reason why I'm bringing that up, because he's already showing you and telling a lot of foundational Black Americans and other ethnicities that are not so-called immigrant based, is that he's going to be looking out for them. He spoke it out in existence. It's recorded on video. All right. It's documented on video. So it would be very important to start building an online You can build an online website and an offline embassy. All right. Embassy center in each state for foundational Black Americans and to access job leads. So because you have this mayor, you're seeing that he's going to be for a certain group of people. And so job leads will probably go to those group of people that he was talking about, because he didn't want to acknowledge and accept and tell the real truth of who really built this country. And they built it for free. Okay. Black Americans built the country and made it the economic explosion that it is. And they did it for free. And no one got paid for it. But it was all built up to now give it to immigrants, right? And Mom Donnie did not even tell that truth and wouldn't even tell that truth. So he already started historically gaslighting everybody with that comment. So foundational Black Americans, you can have the possibility of not even knowing about any job leads, legal help, grants, and entrepreneurial support. We all know that Trump did some things with the I think some Black grants and things like that, kind of shut that down. So it's not only on the Democrat side, it's also on the Republican side. Okay. So that's something to think about. All right. And again, not only based on need, because yes, definitely based on needs, what Black Americans need, foundational Black Americans, but also based on what is owed. You should create some type of online and an offline, if possible, embassy. All right. And so, yeah, that's it. We're giving you 3 strategies. And you guys let me know what you think. Feel free in the comments to tell us what you think about that. And don't forget to scan this QR code. I think it might still be available on screen even once we go off air. You probably still will be able to scan that code. All right. So we definitely appreciate y'all for coming in. And we will definitely be back again. Don't forget to go to 365ideas.org, or you can scan that QR code on the top left of the screen. All right. So with that being said, we appreciate y'all. We'll be back again with some more strategies, some ideas, some options, some solutions to all sorts of things. Okay. So definitely keep on checking us out, and we will definitely see you guys again. This is 365 Ideas. You guys take care. We're out. Peace.